Hey, what is up? What is up, everybody? Everybody, what is up? It is late. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. How's everybody feel? You feel tired? You feel good? It is Thursday night, now Friday morning, and what a better time than Sinister. Give you a little bit of viewing here. Sinister. Sinister, man. 2012 by Scott Derrickson. Of course, you know he did Doctor Strange and few different other things. This is an early Blumhouse. It's a little earlier on the Blumhouse. This is back when everything wasn't a jump scare. Back when before they hadn't, you know, kind of went off the rails a little bit. Blumhouse made some scary, good shit at this time, and this is definitely one that does not fail in that. Everybody has their own opinion, but let's see here. I wrote this down. I thought this was really interesting. Here it is. Here it is. So, this is really strange. I guess this movie was voted the scariest movie. Now, and hear me out here. Hear me out here before before you oh bullshit. No, because this movie has got some genuinely creepy, fucking scary parts in it, man. Some weird shit. Now, uh, I guess there was a study done, and this was voted the scariest film of all time. And let me explain why. Okay. I guess according to science, Sinister, the scariest movie of all time. It's called the Science of Scare Project, is what it was called. And participants, there was like, let me see, how many participants' heart rates being tracked after 100 hours of scary movies. Okay, yeah. So they took 50 horror movie fans, right? They said each member of the, well, no, 100-person, the 100-person audience was fitted with a monitor that tracked their heart rates, a heart monitor. Um, it said rose on there were rise on average during each horror film compared to the resting heart rates, like when you're chilling out, right? Okay, after 100 hours, 50 people, I guess 50 people or horror movie fans across a variety of age ranges and backgrounds, Sinister emerged as the most frightening according to their heart rate spiking and staying spiked. So no jump scare bullshit. You know what I mean? Real scares that last. You know what I mean? Your heart rate lasts. More than just You know. Um. So that's I found that to be very interesting. I guess in the last few years, I guess Host or something like that has taken it, and I don't see how because I think this is a lot creepier and out there than Host. By the way, I need everybody to tell me, anybody that's out there, hey, Sean, what's up, man? Thank you very much for coming through and checking out Sinister. Have you watched it yet? Did you rip the torrent? You haven't watched it yet, have you? As a matter of fact, you probably been a good idea if you had it. That way you can actually, um, you wouldn't worry about me spoiling no shit or anything. But I have my other light out. Am I pixely? Am I pixeled up or anything? Or am I clear? Or do I just pixel when I move? Or what's up? Yeah, I thought that was interesting. And I've seen Host. And the Host doesn't hold a candle to this, man. This has got some really creepy, weird shit in it. And I'm really happy to be playing it. I wouldn't want to do this movie in any other time at 3 or 4 a.m. Got more. Or the closest I come to it was my Exorcist shirt. I'm wearing it tonight. No, I haven't watched the movie yet. Okay. Okay. Well, you know me. I gotta talk and shit, man. Um, so while we're at it right here, I have done 53 watch-alongs with the last since say late August, maybe September. So I'm not sure which film. Let's discuss what film. I mean, you and I discussed doing a watch along, doing a kick-ass watch along slash um commentary slash discussion. What I don't know if you looked through all the ones I've done or not, but what kind of thing would you like to do? And we'll hook it up sometime in the next couple weeks or so if you want. Very seldom have a co-watcher anymore. But kind of like and well, yeah, I don't have that one on at all. Everything looks fine. Okay, well here, let me see. Here we go. This little. See, that one's going up as high. But see, I kind of wanted darkness. Like I wanted this to be red actually. Let's see, I could put this on, and here we are like usual. Okay. I was thinking, man, there's so many we could do. I don't know what you have, or I don't know what's streaming free, or any of this kind of shit. You know what I mean? Um, so you and I just now kind of met. So um, yeah, what because you mentioned you and I teaming up together to do a watch. Um, yeah, just basically seeing what sounds good to you. I figure we fuck might as well talk about it right now. Bullshit about it for a minute here before we start doing it. Got anything specific in mind? We could throw out 3 or 4 of them while we're sitting here. Um, are you big on uh, um, no holds barred? Hey, what's up, Grim? No holds barred. You don't mean that one with Zeus and Hulk Hogan, do you? Dookie. Let's watch this. I have not seen that movie, and I really want to. I have not seen that film yet. I keep hearing great shit about it. I I like Sam Neill. They say it's really killer. Um, so if I had seen it, I would say hell yeah, definitely. But I'm sitting right here looking at. Of course, it's hard to find one. Do you like Italian horror slash giallo? Of course, when you're talking about like say, Fulci doesn't really do giallo. Um, he's horror, but you got giallo more with Martino and Argento and all that. You think here, you think. We can do something, man. Of course, we don't have to do it right this second either. Just throwing it out there for some, you know, I've done so damn many now. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Possession. That's what I keep hearing. Yeah. Um, I could just get like a $20, Blu-ray of it, but when I get possession, first of all, I'm gonna watch it first. When I get it, I want to get one of the badass versions of it. Like I don't want to cut any corners. Because if it's as good as everybody says, I want to get one top notch limited edition. Let's see, shit. I don't know. But there's so many kick-ass films, guys. So much good shit. Ben Grimm said, he said no holds barred. Get ripped. You crazy, man. No holds barred. I won't be around when this chick clears. What is that smell? Dookie. Dookie. Hogan wasn't much an actor, was he? But you know what I mean. You gotta appreciate him for what he brought to the rest. There he is, listening to there he is going. Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Like I said, we wouldn't have to figure it out right now. Fuck, man. What about what's your thoughts on Night of the Demons? The original Night of the Demons. Nick Wiggly, Emily Kincaid. I haven't done that one yet. Most people love that show. If you love Night of the Demons, we'll do Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons is fucking fun, man. It's just up here on that fun meter, you know what I mean? Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I haven't done Chainsaw 2 yet either. I haven't done any anthologies, I don't think. But yeah, I've done 53 just since like fucking September or some shit. So I don't know. Think about it. Let me know. We'll we'll build for the future, my friend. But yeah, man, it's got Ethan Hawke in. I love Ethan Hawke. I don't know where everybody stands on the Black Phone, but I was disappointed in the Black Phone. I didn't think that they used Ethan Hawke to their advantage like they could have. I didn't feel. I mean, I love the parts with the kids and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really good, but I thought I thought they kind of shortchanged Ethan Hawke. I just didn't think they gave him as much to play with as what they could. You know what I mean? There wasn't enough of that character in the movie. Was my fault. That's what I'm saying. There was not enough of the Ethan Hawke, you know, antagonist. That's my opinion. Top 10 horror movies for me. That movie, basically. Yeah. Night of the Demons, man. I got so much nostalgia on that. I had that recorded on VHS back when I was, Jesus Christ, man, 16 years old. And and of course I grabbed of course I got the poster on it when it came out. Let me show you something. Oh, I talk about Night of the Demons, man. Let's talk about Night of the Demons, brother. I'll just start with this. Of course, I got Linnea's autograph and stuff up there. We got Susie and Stooge here, NECA, and Piece de Resistance. Angela, where are you going? The party's just begun. That sounds more like, but you know, Angela, Angela. There you go, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, Night of the Demons is yeah. I've been a fan since back when I liked it. Everybody's talking what a shitty movie it is, or what a shitty movie it was, and you know what I mean, and of bad acting and all this kind of stuff. I tried to tell people for 4 years that Linnea Quigley is a lot better than what people give her credit for, man. With the way she talks and the way, you know what I mean? I've seen her do some other stuff, man, where she could really pull it off. Like, for instance, one of her earliest roles, man, Savage Streets, where she plays the deaf little sister to Linda Blair. She does a great job in that. She is much better. It's just part of her. That's just part of how she is. That's just her style. That's what she does. That's her niche. That's her thing. Talking, saying stuff like or tonight anyway, and like saying, shit like just different lines from Return of the Living Dead and stuff. But yes, I would love doing that. So something we can think about. We can get back here. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Eat a bowl of fuck. I am here to party. Yeah, Stooge, man. Stooge. Yeah. her little brother, man, dude. Oh god, what's her fucking name? The blonde, the main girl in it. You know, like I forgot her name, but she got that little brother. He is such a fucking brat, man. You know, now they look like sun-dried sun-dried. What is it? Poodle turds. I could think of the name of the damn dog. Sun-dried poodle turds. Yeah, everything this kid is a remark, man. It's time to punish this child. Has its flaws, but oh man, it's what it's supposed to be, man. Works and openings into the screen, man. Oh, I ain't got demons is perfect the way it is. I don't look at those as flaws, man. That's just fun shit, man. Savage Streets. Oh, Lenny Cook and Savage Streets. Yes. Yeah. Um, don't get me wrong. I love Linnea in it, and she does a great job. I'm a big fan of Linnea. I'm a big fan, and I'm a big proponent of saying she's a much better actress. No people give her credit for. She just has her own style, her own way, man. And you know what I mean? And she's great at what she does. She's not a screen queen. She's not an icon for nothing. But when you talk about Savage Streets, anytime you mention Savage Streets, for some reason, no one can mention that without me thinking about the bathtub scene. And it's, you know, so I'll just leave it at that. You know, it's just, unfortunate that Linda Blair is not a nicer person. From what I hear, she's not the nicest person. And you go to see her and get her autograph, talk to her about her horror movies, and she just wants to talk about, her PETA thing, her pet thing, and all that. So that's unfortunate because it makes people feel like they're unappreciated, when people do that. So yes, we will do that, my friend. We will talk about that. All right, Sinister. Let's get to it. Yeah, Scott Derrickson directed and co-wrote this with Robert Cargill, produced, of course, by Blum and Derrickson. Um, the cinematography is great in this by Chris Noor. The score is absolutely chilling in this, man. It is weird. It's creepy. It makes you feel uncomfortable. Everything a good score. This movie depends a lot on its score. If you can hear this will suffer. You've got to be able to hear this. I am going to turn on. I'm going to make sure that is on. I'm going to go here and get set up here. Excuse me, it is late, guys. So I'm like, I'm hearing all of it, At the same time, I'm a bit retarded at the same time. So. Gotta cut me a break. All right, man. Pause it right here. Get ready. If you have an easy time, let me know. Anybody that's not sure, man, sure where to find it. I know it is definitely on I believe Peacock. Is it Peacock 3? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Uh, Comments here really quickly. So, yeah, yes, absolutely. About the cokehead brother and the black almost pointless character of the year on Wolverine. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just didn't think that it was. I just didn't think that it was as great as everybody else thought. You know, it's okay. It didn't suck. Yeah, eat a bowl of fuck. They don't even feel like those movies are connected. Yeah. Yeah. Night of the Demons 2, it has its fun aspects to it here and there, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there basically is one Night of the Demons. Yes, absolutely. Right. Get to the Sinister Torrent set up, and I'll let you know when I'm ready. Awesome, man. Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely. Still there, Grim? How you been doing, man? How's it been going, brother? Everybody doing good, I hope. Get my shit set up here. So yeah. So if you're not a Demons fan, man, what did you think of my Muley Kincaid slash aka Angela? She's really expensive now, I guess. And these you could still buy up until not too long ago. I never understood that, man. I figured these would sell like the Angela did. They just must have made a lot more of them. That's one thing I can figure. You know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, anytime you can have an action figure of Linnea Quigley, you can't go wrong with that, man. In my opinion, that should have. I don't care. You should have sold out. Crazy, crazy. But you got to be able to hear it, Sean. You got to be able to hear it. So I will do my best to let you hear it as best as you can. If it happens to where you're missing some shit and all that kind of stuff and everything, um, I would recommend that you just go back and rewatch it again after the watch along, because you got to be able to hear it. You got to be able to hear it. You've got to be able to hear it. So I suggest watching it a second time anyway, just so you can have this really weird, creepy, kick-ass score uninterrupted by the loud mouth of the door club. Cool. Right, right. I won't spoil it before shit happens. However, I will be doing some just like I do. You know, I will be doing everything just like usual, but I will not spoil the part coming up. Fair enough. Fair enough. So here we go. Drink ready, get that ready, and I am going to kick the light down. Here. Okay. Okay. So is the earphones to hear the film? So you probably won't be hearing me anyway. And say that's up to you. It's just they're saying that I mean I do commentary and shit, and I am kicking this light down a little bit because this movie is meant to be seen in the dark. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I of course don't need to hear it really really well because I've seen it several times. But yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, you can always go back and check it out a second without my mouth running the whole time. It's just like we saw out the other night. I don't see a point in doing watch parties or watch alongs if all you're doing is sitting there watching the film the whole time. You know what I mean? I don't see any fun in for the chat or anybody to tune in to sit there and watch a movie. You gotta communicate. You gotta at least do your commentary. Okay, all right. But yeah, promise I won't spoil it, man. First time I ever seen this, I watched it with my old son, man. There's a couple of parts here that just made my hair stand right up. I mean, not like in a cartoon, that's been a hell thing to see. This 2012 Blumhouse, so this is when Blumhouse was still kicking some ass, man. It's when their shit was still scary. This is when a good jump scare was still new. It's before everything decided to use jump scares. I'm so goddamn sick of jump scares. Yeah, that's but the earlier ones like this one, they used that type of shit. You know, they used early on they used jump scares good, but it's just like anything. Anything, everything gets old. You only do something so much. Now Blumhouse, every fucking thing they do is a jump scare, man. You know, or what I mean, like the Nun movies, the Nun movie and shit like that. It's just one big jump scare. It's like it's gonna happen before it even happens every time. Much for it. So somehow I keep myself entertained, man. Oh, it is, man. It's weird. This cop here, this sheriff, Atlanta sheriff. Wait till you see who the sheriff is. Fred Dalton slash Fred Thompson. Good actor, man. Good actor. He has come to pay a visit. It doesn't appear to be a friendly visit to the new tenants either. What are you doing? She's painting on the wall, man. Oh, so it's okay to paint on the wall. All right. Cool. Whoa. People here. Hey, what's up? Hopefully I'm not pixelized. I just wanted to shut down the lights and watch us in the dark. The real Fifth Beatle. I love the name, man. What's up? Thanks for coming through. If you guys don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it from you guys. Oh, hell yeah, man. Hey, Daniel. How's it going? Thanks for coming through. Yes, sirs and madams, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. It will help my channel, help my video get out there to torment as many innocent souls as possible. Good, brother. Like, yeah, hold on. Working. Took a break. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Daniel. Appreciate that much, man. This is for those of us like me who are old enough to remember the old Channel 4 or whatever middle of the night movies, or it'd be up until dawn movies. Thanks, like when a commercial was over, it would come on there. It'd be like play a couple of commercials and come back and say, now welcome back to um Trilogy of Terror on Up All Night here on TTV Channel 4, and then we get back to it at like 3 or 4 a.m. You know, is what this is like. Oh yeah, this is how it's always been, man. I was like this, just like this with my bandana back when I was cool. I am growing the hair back out because since about '99, I kept my head shaved. Before that, I had long ass blonde hair. But I think, see, I was born in 1973, so I lived through a very cool fucking time, man. I was a teenager in the late '80s. You know, think about it. I turned 17 in 1990. So this is how we grew up. Wore a bandana, had our long hair coming out here. You know, of course, we blasted shit. Had a, biker jacket, holy jeans, or fucking snakeskin boots. You know, I had fucking chains coming all this far up my arm on both arms, bunch of skull rings and shit on. Yeah. So that was the way I always was, man. I always been like this. I'm just not as cool as I used to be, you know what I mean? You know. But yeah, it is what it is, brother. It is me. Just me, man. As long as I've had this channel on here, you see me with a bandana. I need to get some new ones because somehow I'm just down to a green one, a red one, and a black. I want like a purple one. I want a you know what I mean? Fucking white one. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, Tasties? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see this many people run through your 3 a.m. on the Thursday night. Thursday night on YouTube. I think we was watching Sinister. I love the accent on his wife. I love that, man. I love Australian, British, New Zealand accent, man. On a woman, of course. You know, it sounds cool to do too, but and see right there, Sean. There's there's that same fucking tree those people were hanging from, brother. Sean hasn't seen this, you guys, so try not to spoil it for him. So so Daniel. Yeah. Are you Daniel from Flesh Wounds or yeah, you are that Daniel, aren't you? What's up, man? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it, brother. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Flesh Wound Dan, yeah. Welcome, 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 man. Just doing my brand of what you call watch along. I usually do them by myself. Now and then I'll get what I call a co-watcher, but I like to do it. I do my watch alongs, and I don't do watch parties. I do watch alongs slash commentary slash discussion slash bullshitting and just having fun and enjoying horror and shit. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I've watched your guys' show quite a few times, man. You guys got a good fun vibe going on over there, man. Really enjoyed your last house on the left. Watch along. I did last house on the left by myself maybe 2 3 months ago. Week right after I did the remake of I Spit on Your Grave. He's smart, just like a smart ass kid. He's 12 years old. Mom, he knows how old I am. That went for you too, pretty heavily. Really? I haven't had YouTube fuck with me, man. I haven't even had a flag for some reason. You know what I mean? And I smoke cigarettes like they're going out of style, man. I talk about, you know what I mean? I talk about pussy, you know what I mean? All kinds of shit, man. I'm just, to me, my show, my version of a show is hanging out. These watch alongs are to hang out with friends that you can't hang out with, because just like I said a million times, we're all in different parts of the world. Like Ginger Ninja, he's a really good friend of mine. He lives in Australia. So we obviously can't get together and bullshit and hang out and watch a movie, right? So this is how we do it, you know. And I don't give a shit about them, monetizing my video and paying me for it. I don't give a fuck about that, man. You know, I know I'm not friendly to their little rules and this and that, which is fine. As long as they don't flag me, I'm good, man. Because I'm not gonna do any copyright shit. So what the hell did they fuck with you guys about? 11-minute mark. My timestamp is 12 minutes 27 seconds. Here, I'll pause it for a minute. Tell me when you get to 12:26. See Project Wolf Hunting. Not yet. Nope, I haven't. It's not supposed to be the same order. Cool. What is this Skinna or Sin? Oh, I can't think of the damn movie's name. It's Cinna something, man, that is supposed to be so fucking scary. It's a Cinemark or some shit, man. It's some new movie that's out, and I remember. Can't remember the name of it. It starts with an S. Yes, Skidamary. Yes, I've heard about that. They say that motherfucker's scary, man. There yet, man? I'm at 12:32 on here. Tell me when you're at 12:32, man. But yeah, anytime someone runs around talking about how terrifying something is, man, I'm on that. I got to see that because I'm dying to be scared. You know what I mean? Staring at whatever. Skin. What? We were like it. Short. Oh, so you guys have seen it? Okay. Would I like it? I'm like, they say it's really slow. Say, but I don't mind slow. You know what I mean? Especially with horror. We could use a little more slow in horror, man. Where you at in the film, Sean? I paused it for you, man. And her now I'm at 12:44. Where are you at? That unique, but oh man, Dan. Unique could be bad, it could be good, it could be okay, it could be, good for once. Um, or it could be complete shit. Well, the 13, 15. All right, man, we're gonna get together on this shit. We'll get there. All right, 13, 18. Push it, man. Well, 2 seconds. There we go. We should be about the same place. My timestamp is 13 and a half minutes right now. Cool. Or at least close enough. But yeah, man, that's where I first heard of. I think it was last year. You guys were doing a show. You're talking about Christmas horror, not this year, but the year before. And that's when I first heard of. Me tell it's late. I'm running out of forgetting shit. My brain's getting tired. Christmas cruelty. It's the first time I had ever heard of. I'd ever heard of that, man. And that's that's a serious film. Good luck with it. Oh shit. What do you mean? What do you mean good luck? Anytime it says good luck, I worry. You think I'm going to dislike it? Oh, man. All right. Look, man. All right, we're getting confused. I'm not going to talk about anything else until we get this together, bro. I'm going to play this up to I'm at 15 minutes, man. Get to 15 minutes and we'll play this fucker and we'll go on about our lives. But just like I was telling you, just like I was telling you before, Sean, man, you're gonna have to, since this is your first time watching Sinister, you're gonna have to watch it again because, with the sounds that's in it, the score, just different little shit that you hear, and you have to pay 100% attention to it, and you have to be able to hear every bit of it, like, and not do anything else. Like you can't bullshit and hang out and watch it for the first time and really soak it all up. There's no way. So you're gonna have to watch it again. Tell me when you're 15 minutes, man. A documentary that Flash Moon died in LA. Damn. I gotta pause at 15 minutes, brother. Tell me when you're there and I'll push play and we'll go, man. First time I seen Christmas Cruelty, I watched about okay, all right, man, that'll work. Um, I watched about the first 10 minutes of it and then I had to shut it off because I had to go. I think I had to go pick up my wife or something, work or some shit. And like 2 minutes into it, man, you get the idea. You really get the idea that people say that it's rough. And they aren't bullshit. It's rough, and you know that 2 minutes into the film. Like this is not Silent Night, Deadly Night. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I mean, like this dude's not this dude's not Ricky or Billy, man. This guy's, yeah, more like Krug. You know what I mean? Maybe worse. Maybe worse than Krug still. Just I don't know, just more. Krug seems to be having more fun. You know what I mean? Krug's hanging out, having a good ass time. You know, he's cool in that matter. This guy's just, I don't know. It's all right, man. It's all right. Where I'm at right now, I'm at about 16 and a half minutes, man, and that will work, dude. Yeah, it'll work, brother. It will work. I'll pause it for a minute till you can catch up. Don't pause or nothing. Just let it play. In about 20 seconds, I'll push play again, and we should be right on. I kind of wish you'd have watched it first and then, you know, and then did the watch along with, and then joined the chat to watch. So, interesting. Goes beyond just movie. Those guys live in a very rural part of Norway. Out Hollywood, movie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's crazy because film wise, Hollywood is still a good way to follow that dream. Unless you're able to get a good crew together to go the independent way. Like say Romero did. You know what I mean? Back in the day, which was when it was easier in the '70s to do that. Once their stamp and was able to do that. Um, but it's weird. Once the '80s left, Hollywood was no longer the place to make it in music. You know what I mean? For the longest time, like in my era with the heavy metal and all that shit. That in the '90s came in, it became Seattle, and now it's just kind of just wherever you're at. I think you can almost make it from about anywhere now. Yeah, I like Ethan Hawke, man. He just, I just felt that, you know what I mean? I just felt like Black Phone was just, it, to me, it just didn't live up to what I expected. You know, I wanted there to be a lot more Ethan Hawke character. I wanted to be a lot more of the killer, a lot more of the antagonist. Not there's anything wrong with with the kids and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The ghosts of the kids, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted more of the villain, and I didn't feel like we got enough. When you got someone like Ethan Hawke that can play a villain really good, they could really lay it on and really have a memorable performance. Man, you got to take advantage of that. That would have been like Hopkins, man, doing Hannibal Lecter, and you know what I mean. Of course, his there's not there. I think there's actually more screen time with Ethan Hawke in Black Phone than there is of Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. Difference is better script in Silence of the Lambs. Not that Ethan Hawke is anything up, but you see what I'm saying. It's pretty damn good in his own right. But the script and the story and shit, and the book, was just so strong that you just didn't need a lot of Hannibal Lecter and Silence of the Lambs. Because on their half, you know what I mean? You had Ted Levine with Buffalo Bill, just a badass cast all around. And wait a minute, wasn't she that real big fat person? Most people do the put the lotion in the basket. They quote that. No, I quote that part. Wait a minute, was she that real big fat person? Yeah, she was a large girl, sir. I thought Ralph Fiennes did a really good job in as a Red Dragon. He was pretty chilling in that, man. This part here is so fucking creepy, man. When you're able to really pay attention and you're really immersed into the movie, Sean. This part right here with the burning of the car, it is really that music and just the whole audio is just so fucking weird. Really, really weird. first time I ever seen that, I had to rewind it a couple times, put it back just so I could make sure I was hearing what I was hearing because I was like, what the hell is that I'm hearing? You know, this dude immerses himself. He's not fucking around. When he writes a novel, he immerses himself all in that shit. Talk about character acting, character writing. He don't fuck around. He puts himself right where the shit happens. I mean, he moved them right into that fucking house where the shit happened. You know, and you don't know that until a couple of minutes into the movie, and you look through the back window and you see the exact same tree that the people were hanging from. And his wife still doesn't know that yet. His wife doesn't know that they moved directly into the same house those people lived in when they were murdered. Like, I mean, I don't even think it's been that long ago. Lawn work, pool party. Which one's the? Oh, my movie host. Watching this. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got that torrent, right? I mean, you can watch it more than once, can't you? Or is it not like the old Pirate Bay torrents? I mean, you did download it from a torrent site, right? I used to do shit all the time, man. I got like 500 films on it on one computer. I used to do shit a lot before I became a collector, and I wanted all the physical, you know. Back when I was extremely poor, I'm spending my money on stuff that waste my money on a lot of stuff I shouldn't have been wasting it on instead of, you know, building up my collection. Yeah, you can get this Blu-ray for, you know, I mean, you can get it pretty cheap, man. Once they go to Amazon or something like that, man, hell, you might be able to find it cheaper on eBay. Damn. The timestamp is 25 minutes and 14 seconds. Might be a little easier. Might be a little easier for us to get in sync here now, man. Now that we're, you know what I mean, focused in on here and we're not, you know what I mean, conversationalizing, you know, with everybody. It might be easier for us to get in sync now. So that's what I was telling you, you know, my timestamp 25 minutes, 48 seconds. I'll tell you when it's 26 minutes. I'm right now at 26 minutes. I didn't know there was any those torrent sites even left anymore. Love the long hair on the kid, man. My youngest son had long hair like that through most of his life. He just cut it probably about 5, 6 months ago. And, before that, his hair bangs down to here, sides down past his nipples, the back, past the middle of his back. You know what I mean? Very, very cool. Very cool. Right, but you mentioned a torrent site so that you could get it so that you could watch it tonight, so that you know if you liked it. Number one, right? And number two, so just so that we could check it out, because you mentioned you couldn't get Peacock, so I thought that maybe you download it from the torrent site so that you could do that. So that's why I said you could watch it again, right? That's what I was saying, man. 2530s where you're at, oh, man. I'm gonna pause this one more time and wait for you so that we can be talking about the same movie at the same time. But no, that's what I was talking about with the torrents. I thought maybe you just downloaded it. Because you download doesn't mean you have to keep it, right? And yeah, I mean, you see my collection, so obviously I don't keep and keep and collect torrents. I don't fuck with downloading from any illegal sites at all anymore. Anyway, I haven't done that in years because my internet kept my internet provider kept threatening to cancel my app. So I haven't done that in years now. Now I collect, man, about 4 or 5 thousand into it. Doing pretty good. I'm at 2738. When you get there, let me know, man, and we'll play it. About 27 and a half minutes. Let me know. I'll try this one more time. But yeah, the only torrent thing that I knew about was torrents. Download download torrent. I didn't know that you could just get a torrent and then watch a film like that. Because I haven't, like I say, I haven't put the torrents in years. It's just been collecting. All right, where you at? But okay, another half a minute. I'll Plex. Yeah, I really fucked around with Plex too much, man. I know you're about 27 and a half. This is a good part of the film. Well, just so you know, I'm at almost 28 minutes. So almost 28 minutes. But either way, I just didn't want to talk about something and then, it not happen yet. I'm crippled here, man. 20 minutes now. So am I. Yes, we fucking did it, dude. Yes. Holy fucking shit. God damn, I'll start to break a sweat over that, man. Fuck, I need a cigarette now. But we did it, man. There's a will, there's a way. Fuck, we did it. Yeah, this is pool party. That is so fucked up, man. People fucking pretty much duct taped onto their lawn chairs and being drunk. See, and I have this fear about being buried alive or not being able to breathe anyway. That'd be like the worst way that I could die. So being duct taped or tied down to a lawn chair and pulled into a fucking pool and not being, you know what I mean? Oh God. But I would rather that than be buried alive. Because buried alive, you know, and I don't mean buried with just you laying there with dirt covering you. I mean like being buried alive in like a coffin where you have like so much air and so much time to think about the fact that you're gonna smother to death and die. You know, if I'm gonna smother, I want it to be quick, man. Or you know, drowning would even be acceptable. But being in a box where you know you got what, a few hours of air maybe before you start breathing in your own carbon monoxide, because that right there, you know, you like say you'd be buried alive, like say on West Craven. Um, anyway, um, damn man, my brain is not working good tonight. Tell my brain's tired. But yeah, just Serpent and Rainbow. Yeah, yeah, man. Well, right back to my time. But you're still at 30 minutes and about 30 seconds, right? Because we had it right on at 28 minutes, man. Okay, yeah, I'm at 30 minutes. I'm at about 30 minutes and 40 seconds now. So we're good enough, man. We're good enough, man. Don't fuck with it, man. We got this shit. We get this shit fucked up again, I'm gonna punch myself right in the face. I swear to God. And I might even kick myself, too. It's a model lady with trip, man. She's standing there bitching at the kid, and he comes in and interjects and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on here? What's happening?" My old lady be like, "What's happening is I'm bitching at the kid. Now are you gonna be on my side or whatever?" I don't know how many arguments I got into over that kind of shit with my ex-wife. I ain't just gonna take his side. No, I take his side. I'm figuring out what's going on, and if somebody's wrong, I'm gonna let them know. And I'm gonna take the side of the person that's right. You ever had both of your ears clogged at the same time? Feels like you're being buried alive. Ooh, real life. At least lost the sea and open water. That's horrifying things for me. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. My whole thing about being buried alive like that in like a coffin or a casket or something with like all those hours to think about it, like say on Kill Bill, you know, like she was buried alive. Well, Kill Bill Volume 2. Um, is you got all that time to think and know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? 31 minutes. Okay. Well, like you said though, your claim might be a little bit off. Like it might be, you know, mine is at 33 minutes right now. So considering your signal is coming in a bit delayed, I think we're still per- as long as you're looking at the next this next basically stuff that or snuff video. It's basically what this is, man. Is a you know these are just snuff films. That looks just like my doggy Izzy. Actually, that looks just like that. He's just standing there barking at him. Don't come on mom and dad's throat, motherfucker. What are you doing? Better at least feed me or something if you're gonna cut their throat. Shit. That knife away, but you know, because it wasn't big enough to really do a whole lot about it. And the more he watches this, see, he was mixing drinks and he's having on rocks and shit. Now he's just tipping that bottle back now, man. Because I guess when he writes these books, he gets so immersed in it, and he pretty much does it like investigation, like with the board with all the shit, pictures and everything. And it's the only time he drinks. He drinks while he's investigating. Pay close attention to all this stuff. What's the sign there on the wall? He don't know what the hell he's got himself into here. He doesn't understand what he's dealing with. What that sheriff said, he's got what, like 3 or 4 novels out now, 2 crime novels. One of them he did really well in, his #1 seller. It kicked ass. It was a really good book. The other two, I guess he got his face a little too much in the investigations and fucked up investigations and end up letting somebody killer go free or some shit or something fucked up happened because he got he's not an investigator. That's what that sheriff the gang was telling me. You got it wrong because your shit you did let a killer run free. So now he does to fix that is he moves his family directly in, not in the same neighborhood or down the road. He moves his family directly into the same fucking house. Shit happened. That's crazy. Of course, he didn't tell his wife that. She, imagine being her if she finds that shit out. I'm gonna want to be there. Fuck that. Yeah, and those rules of tapes, so they got the years written on them. They got one in the '70s, they got one in the '60s. This is, I think, 1988. Good year, by the way, 1988. I was 15 years old. That's the year I started smoking. Also the year that had my first big, huge, my biggest crush, my biggest puppy love at the time. That was the year first time I ever experienced why females are held in such high regard. 15 years old, I found out why, exactly why. There's so much, so much talked about, what I mean, with Poontang and all. I found out why that was considered such a special thing. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't even aware of Sinister when it came out. Didn't hear about it. Saw the trailer for Sinister 2. Sinister 2 sucks, man. I do not like Sinister. Hey, Denisha, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Workout in, forward. Say hi to all of you. Hey, thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. Enjoy your workout and all. You like knotless stuff or more of a cardio workout? Like you run a lot or you do more knotless? Cardio workout's what I need. I need some, yeah. I'm still strong and shit, man. My cardio, you can about imagine suck. Appreciate it. Have a good workout, good day. The new episode of In Horror for All will be recorded here very soon. We didn't do it this week because Valentine's Day. We usually record on Tuesday, but we've been off for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We took 2 weeks off, and then this week is Valentine's Day. So this coming week, we're recording a new episode 5. So I'm quite fucking stoked about that. Got lots of new shit, cool new shit to talk about too. Cardio. Very cool. So don't don't forget to get to episode 5 and Horror Pro next week. Midnight getting our schedules together in sync here. Now Valentine's Day is past. We can get our schedules back in sync here, and we can get back on the road again. Because the next 2 episodes will be from Knight's channel. Because as you've seen, the first 3 episodes, episodes 1, 2, and 3, were on my channel, and then episode 4 was on his. So we still got 5 and 6 to do on his channel, and then 7, 8, and 9 will be back on mine. Hoping to make this really kick-ass, really good kick-ass show. It's almost like a news, it's like horror news. You know what I mean? Let you know what's coming up. What we know about it, what we found out about it, what we should look forward to. Different new sequels or different new films coming from kick-ass filmmakers or whatever. New shit coming out from them. Like the next one, I want to talk about the new Alien movie that's going to be coming out. But where I think it's gonna be good, where I think it's gonna be bad. Could go either way. In case you guys don't know, it's gonna be called Alien Romulus, and it's going to be a Hulu original. So just like the latest or the last Predator movie was, Prey. So they're doing the same thing with Alien. Prey wasn't bad. Prey was actually a decent show, considering. Hopefully, Alien will be good, man. That I I happen to love Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I don't know what people's problems were with. Uh, I mean, Michael Fassbender playing an android. You know what I mean? That David character is badass, man. I thought they were both really good. Of course, you're not going to finish that story. Oh, and I guess the new aliens are not going to be continuing that story, and it's not going to be a part of the Ripley story. It's going to be like a stand. So, but we've got a lot more to talk about with it, cast, and when they're shooting it, and when we should expect it out. Just a little sneak peek into what we're going to be covering on the next episode. And Werewolf and I will be doing episode, is it 5 or 6? We'll be reviewing episode 5 or 6. It's either 5 or 6 on 5, I think. Sunday night of The Last of Us. It's turned out to be a pretty good show. I actually like it. Belle Ramsey's a kick-ass little actor. I didn't like her as Ellie to begin with, but I'm really liking her in that role now. Timestamp now. 43 minutes, 41 seconds. We're close enough. But no, I did not like Sinister 2, man. I mean, you might, but I didn't. I thought this this was so much better. Like Sinister 2 to me was one of those where I kept checking to see how much time it had left. You know what I mean? You know, when you're watching a movie and, keep checking to see how long it's got because you kind of want to even get over it. That's where I was with Sinister 2. I thought it was fucking silly. No, that's not fair. I guess it wasn't that bad. But compared to this one, no comparison. It's like with anything, you know what I mean? Most sequels are just not going to be, it's not, aren't going to stack up. So when I pick a Sinister, to me, Sinister is a standalone. It doesn't have a sequel. This is the only one. I'm like that with quite a few shows. I'm a picky old fucker these days. When it comes to film and shit like that, I'm I'm picky. I'm finicky. I do like this cop though. This deputy, he's entertaining. He's entertaining. He wants to be involved because remember his sheriff said that the police department would not be helping him with this fucking with this book. So don't expect our help from our department. And then here's one of his deputies in here, wanting to help him, all excited, almost like a fanboy. You know what I mean? It's funny. Oh hell yeah, man. Yeah. So that car, yeah. So that the car that was set in 1979. You notice that those are popular years in the horror movie realm. 1978, 1979. 1973 is also. 1978, 1979. You always hear, especially 1978, man. I mean, I could go on and on and on of films that, you know, take place in 1978 or something, you know. He's even got his own special little cardigan that he wears when he writes his books. This gray cardi, this gray sweater that he wears, that's his special little sweater that he wears. And his glasses and his drink. It's like he goes through his ritual and shit that he does when he writes a book. Because look, he looks completely different on like newsreels and stuff. Cutting bad jokes and shit. You get the feeling when he watches himself and he talks about the stories and shit that he's wrote, the true crime stories that he's wrote, that actually he's actually a little disgusted with himself. You know what I mean? Because he feels like a sellout. That's my take on it. You know, he doesn't do it for the passion. He does. He's trying to get that. He's trying to get that number one bestseller. He's trying to get that money, that fame. Bullshit. 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 I'm not sure where you're at on this, but he's full of shit with what he just said right there. What's that money thing? give a shit about no justice for nobody. And he's, and you could tell he's kind of rolling his eyes at him, watching himself on TV. He was rolling his eyes at shit he was saying. He feels like a phony, man. Now, now these are pictures. Those pictures he's looking at earlier of the crimes and stuff. His daughter drew those, right? Was those pictures that his daughter drew, or was it somebody else? I don't remember. 48 minutes. Okay. So you're just getting into what I was talking about, where he feels like a, where he's kind of disgusted with himself, right? I think his little girl drew those pictures. Ronnie, Dad, Ronnie, Mommy, Mr. Boogie. Check that out, man. Look at this. That'd be a whole thing to see. Fuck. Boogie, all right. The fucking Boogie, man. The fuck even looks like the Boogie Man. Looks kind of like, I don't know, like a fucked up member of the Misfits. You know what I mean? Of the fucking band, the Misfits. Like the one that even hit our Misfits would be kind of scared of. You know, scared much to scare fucking Glenn Danzig, but I think that motherfucker would do it. Makes his coffee fresh. Crush the beans and all. A lot of work for a cup of coffee, man. Thanks. Show some appreciation. Why don't you? Man. That was sweet. This little girl brings him a cup of coffee. That was a sweet little kid. He's like, thanks. Like, kids are so cute like that when they're younger, when they're little like that, because they just all they want is your approval. You know what I mean? That's all they want, and that's all they ask for. You know, and they love you unconditionally. You know, they love you for who you are and what you do for them. That's it. You could be the biggest fuck up on the planet, and they'll still love you unconditionally. I can't put a price on unconditional love, bro. It's priceless. It really is. It's only so long before your kids get old enough to realize, that you are, you do fuck up a lot, And by the time they get to that age, they're no longer innocent. Like, are you at that far yet? Did you see that shit? You get the feeling shit's beginning to escalate. Shit's starting to hit the fan. I'm at 50, 54 minutes now. If anybody's wandering out there in YouTube land. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he kind of catches it, you know what I mean? Because that's that parental vision thing. So it's like he moved and looked at him and shit, and he was like, what the fuck? That motherfucker, if you're not scared, you better start being scared. Motherfucker's looking at you and shit through your own computer. Oh, that's cool. Oh, fuck. He's only like a little kid there. Cover his eyes and shit. You know, like a little kid will. You know, when they're when they don't want somebody to see you, just cover their eyes. Remember, cover my eyes, they won't be able to see me. Just hiding. I'm hiding. Yeah, in case you didn't catch it earlier, Sean, you know, when his son was coming up out of that box, you know, he's and coming backwards up out of that box. His son has always had night terrors, so he suffers from night terrors. I never had night terrors, thank God, but yeah, I hear they're pretty bad. Yeah, what the fuck exactly, man? Apparently, just yeah, yeah. You just so fucking scared, you're pissing. Oh shit, good dog, good dog. Yeah, see this being 2012. See, they use a little bit of the jump scare here, but they do it right. You know what I mean? It's done correctly. And this was early on when they first started doing so many jump scares. So, you know, it doesn't depend on it. And what jump scares it does have, it does well. Yeah. And they found not only have night terrors, he's also fucking what sleepwalking or some shit. And that's scary, man. That's scary. You don't want your kid fucking, having night terrors and on top of night terrors, fucking sleepwalking and going outside and shit, you know? Yeah, well, yeah, he's having those night terrors and it's turned into walking around and shit. So, and when they're sleepwalking and they're going outside, that's scary, man. I mean, a lot of shit can happen. And he's become completely obsessed with this shit. Boy's got a hell of a head of hair on him though. Son's got some kick ass hair. I'm jealous, man. I'm got that hair like that. I can grow out the back and all that shit real good and all that stuff. First of all, I grew my hair out since, like I said, 1999. So we'll see how long we let this shit get. It's been growing about 4 or 5 months now. So not doing too bad. We're gonna see if the old man can still grow some long hair in the back. Because my 16-year-old's got hair like fucking Sebastian Bach, man. You know, fucking fucking kick ass badass fucking hair. And cut it. Fine after all these years of having long ass hair, long, beautiful ass hair, you cut. Just got sick of it. Anybody that's had long hair for any length of time knows that you just get tired of fucking with it, man. The deputy didn't really seem to give a shit what his sheriff said, did he? The deputy says, "Well, fuck it, I'll help him anyway." He's even doing some investigating for him, trying to, he's finding out some shit about, these certain, cases, that go with whatever film it is or whatever. extra, extra weirdo. That's a funny way to put it. You ain't just a weirdo, man. You're an extra weirdo. You're a weirdo times two, motherfucker. He's got that back there on that board, man. Like he's a like he's an actual fucking homicide detective. You know what I mean? Like he's actually trying to figure out like he's trying to solve the crime. Step one, yeah, yeah, yeah. All these murders, the whole family was killed except for one child, and that one child just went missing, was never seen again, never heard from ever again. But in every case, that's the way it is. Everybody dead except one child missing. It makes kind of interesting. You kind of make you understand why he wanted to, why he wanted to do this case to begin with. That is kind of odd. But he gets too obsessed, man. He gets drinking and shit, and gets to obsessing, and oh, the next one. Now this scene here coming up right here, after the movie's over, I have a little bit of a story to go with. So when it's over, I'll when the movie's over, I'll tell you what it is. A little bit of shit about the filming that went along with it. Are you creeping down the hallway? If you are, say something, man. I'm watching a creepy movie and it's dark in here and I can hear creaking coming down the hallway. Freaking me out, man. I'm gonna go with Bruce Lee on you. Speak up, say something. Freaking me out, man. Hang on, man. What the fuck? I heard a lot of creaking. That's fucked up. I heard all kinds of creaking. I looked down this hallway and ain't nobody there. It's a hell of a time to be fucking with me. Oh, hell yeah, man. This is a good show, man. But watch it again uninterrupted. You know what I mean? Just you, the film, the audio, the video, just you and it. Next time, next time you check it out, order it or whatever. See, you get to, I'm not sure if you're at it yet, but do you see the cameo? Who's playing a cameo role here? It's a real small role, but he just kind of sticks his face in here. Kind of blew my mind first time I ever seen it. I was like, oh hell yeah! I'm a dude. I don't know who that is. Vincent D'Onofrio. Yep. First thing I ever seen him in, man, was Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket. Pile. That's that's a hell of a movie, man. That's a hell of a scene. Yeah, he's like some fucking occult history professor at a college or something, so he knows what. It's always in like any of the horror and all these. It's always like somewhere around 315 or 320 or something like that. Someone told me what the significance of that was one time. I don't 310, 312. You know what I mean? Something like that. So like somewhere between like 10 after 3 and 20 after 3. It's kind of want to put on for 3 o'clock tonight. I want to be able to speak freaking the fuck out, man. He's like, wait a minute. I don't think so. Usually, when you put something away, it stays put away, right? Unless somebody takes it out, you know. He's like, what the hell? And well, he's like, what the fuck, man? Yes, it's one of those things where you can feel, you know what I mean? You know somebody's there, you know what I mean? You can just sense or you can sense and feel when somebody else is there. And he's just like, no, I know somebody's there. I know somebody was just fucking there. Um, 1 hour and 11 minutes, 40 minutes. Hmm. Then I had on the damn doors locked. Seems like it. Weird, creepy shit going down and shit. You know what I mean? Last few days, man, my doors are already gonna be locked, man. I'm gonna have windows locked, doors locked, all that shit. You just got a death grip on that baseball bat. He plans on, grand slamming somebody. He paranoid fuck around and fuck club his wife in the head with it or something. Ain't careful. That'd be fucked up. That would be an unfortunate day in the Oswald household. I'm not sure he'd be writing any more novels then. You're into this, aren't you? You watch the fuck out of this, all quiet and shit. Just into it. It's a good show, man. I like it. It's unique. You know what I mean? It's different. There's nothing else like well written, well acted, well directed. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's well acted, well directed, well written. You know what I mean? Score. You know what I mean? All the pieces are in the right place. Like I said, it's back when Blumhouse still made good shit. You know what I mean? Still made they made a lot better films. They got a lot of misses these days. Blumhouse does. Back then, they didn't have very many misses. If you remember correctly, most of their shit they put out back in 2012 when this was made, most of them were pretty good. Yeah, and like I said, you can get it pretty cheap, man. Like you might be able to get cheaper off eBay than even Amazon. I would check Amazon first, of course, but that type of thing. I think I got mine off eBay for like $5. I'm looking for him to put out a really good boutique version of it, man. You know, really nice version of it. Really nice 2 or 3 disc 4K fucking, you know what I mean? With a lot, you know, with the fucking lobby cards and poster, all that bullshit. Nice slipcover. Feel like something second side or fucking maybe even Screen Factory or somebody would have put out by now. No, most of the films bland. It's all the same shit, man. It's all based on that jump scare, you know. And they don't do it right. Everything's a jump scare, Dan. You know, like the Nun, man. I couldn't even get through that fucking movie, man. Like I knew what was gonna happen. I literally knew. And I don't like. You know, I still don't really particularly like any of the Annabelle movies. That one is somewhat acceptable. Um, Conjurings are all right, but I prefer the first three Insidiouses over the first three Conjuring. The first Conjuring is really good until the end when they do that same ass fucking um, exorcism scene. They lost me with that, man. I was like, really, man, you gonna do all this and end it with a fucking generic ass exorcism scene? That's where the first Conjuring lost me. Like that's how you're gonna end this, man, is with the exorcism scene. Or the love for the kids is what gets you out of it, you know? You know, your kids need you. You know what I mean? You remember this? Remember this day you guys had together? It was that perfect day, and you guys loved each other. And then she was able to beat the demon, you know, and it was the same shit you've seen 100 times. First couple of Insidious is to me better than the Conjuring. Plus, I mean, Lynn Shay, man, Lynn Shay's just badass. And Patrick Wilson's pretty cool too. First I've ever seen him was in The Watchmen. Now, plus, man, the Conjuring, man, based on the based on them two phony ass fucking people. You know, I don't know where everybody else stands on that, but the Warrens were, you know, the Warrens were fucking phony fucking people. You know, went and talked about, you know, how that house in Amityville was the closest to hell she ever, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, if she'd have known that the Lutzes were going to come out later and DeFeo was going to come out and say that he made his shit up, she never would have made that stupid comment. Lorraine Warren would, because it made her look bad as fuck when the DeFeos, you know, when well the DeFeos left, when DeFeo and the Lutzes, you know, fessed up and said that it was bullshit, made her look bad. She said Amityville House was closest to hell she ever wanted to get. And I still enjoy the original Amityville horror and the remake. You know, Ryan Reynolds was a pretty good, pretty decent remake. Might maybe even better than the first, but you know, I guess it doesn't matter if Warren's were funny or not. That that's not really the point. But it's just it makes it hard. You know, even though I do like Patrick Wilson and I do like Vera, how you pronounce it? Formiga. Vera Formiga. It's pretty plausible. Almost like yeah. Um, I thought it was a mistake that they went the courtroom, you know, accused, the accused courtroom. Um, a few good men way about it. You know what I mean? With the shit happening in the courtroom. I think The Exorcism of Emily Rose was the only one that, as far as horror movie, as far as paranormal horror movie goes, I think Exorcism of Emily Rose is the only one that pulled off that courtroom thing well. You know what I mean? They were able to pull that off somewhat. But at the same time, those shows, where it might be all right and a good show, the ones that are spend a lot of time in the courtroom like that, most of them don't have very good rewatchability. You know, kind of like the movies with the big, huge reveals at the end. That's the problem with those movies is the rewatchability. You know what I mean? Sixth Sense, the others, you know, just the rewatchability just isn't. Because once you get that big ass reveal, because those are based, their bread and butter is that reveal. Once that reveal, you know what I mean? Great show, bad rewatchable. You know. Now, on the other hand, sleepaway camp. That is a definite case where the big reveal at the end doesn't hurt the rewatchability factor. Because sleepaway camp's just fucking just bonkers fun anyway, you know. And that's a reveal you can watch over and over again, you know. That's the best reveal in horror movie history, man. In my opinion. Sleepaway camp, the best reveal of all time. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's my favorite reveal. There's a few others that were really really good, but I don't think they have the rewatchability value that Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, I mean, Congress three, you know, I'm the most, like I said, I'm still the most pissed off about the Conjuring, the first Conjuring, because it was a good show, man, and had damn good shit going for it, and then they ended off with just another exorcism, you know, like that was the lazy cheap way out, man. Because to me, she just wasn't, I don't know, she wasn't believable, all that believable. She didn't have the same believability as say Jennifer Carpenter did in They Should Have Been Rose or Linda Blair in The Exorcist. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or even old chick in Beyond the Door. That's got a couple of fucking really scary parts in it. They say they call it Exorcist ripoff, but you know, it's just as much not like The Exorcist as it is like The Exorcist. That's my thoughts on Beyond. Best Beyond the Door movie is it two or three is the one that's actually Baba's Shock, Baba's last movie Shock. That's a kick-ass movie. Shock. I like that. Got Daria Nicolodi in it. It's good stuff. I guess Beyond the Door three. He's going so he's like, wait a minute, man. Didn't I just hear a fucking projector? He just the Oswald the Ethan Hawke character is just going through a total mind fuck, man, day in and day out now. Really? I like Shock, man. That Shock had a really creepy feel to it, man. Maybe not really creepy, but it was, you know what I mean? And it's Mario Bava's last film. It's got, like I said, it's got Darren Nicolati in it. And it's got that weird little redheaded kid going, pigs, pigs, all the time. Not forgettable, but I will agree with you that it's okay. Not great or real good. De- Pretty decent, but not forgettable. Not with Nicolati and that little kid going, pigs, pigs, in it all the time. Pigs, pigs. It's like, man, take your kid someplace and get him checked out. Man, what the fuck to do? He's like, what the fuck? Whoa, shit. Think about that, man. Who the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And that, and that. Great job by Ethan Hawke in this scene, man. Hey, yeah, man. But there's a lot of good there's a lot of good films. There's a lot of good films that nobody ever talks about. Like this one, man. I can go through here and find 10 easy that nobody ever talks about that are damn good shows. Like I said, like this is one of them. Did you pause it? Pause it, man. I paused mine. But yeah, do you agree, Dan? Are you still there, Dan? I mean, do you agree though? I mean, just because just because nobody ever talks about it, there's great films out there, man, that people don't talk about. It doesn't make any sense to me. They want to talk about the same ones over and over again all the time. Like people are on this Scream craze right now, man. It's like Scream 6 is coming out. It's like, yay. I mean, I'm still on the belief that a lot of people are on it's the same thing with Halloween ends, man. The same channels keep mentioning it every day, every day, every day, and talking about, did you notice this in the trailer? Or did you notice that? Why? For views. And I think that's why, everybody likes views, man, but I'm not gonna talk about shit that I don't really give that much fuck about just for views. Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. That's a kick ass fucking movie, man. Nobody ever talks about that. Also known as, the Sleeping Corpses Alive. Fucking Bob Clark's first movie. Children shouldn't play with dead things. No, Scream 6 is gonna suck, man. Just like I thought 5 did too. 4 was pretty good, simply because the chick that played Jill, that played her cousin, did damn good at playing batshit crazy. And of course, it had Hayden Panettiere. Also, yeah, yeah, man. And it's all about getting them views, man. You know, you, you could tell who's monetized and who isn't. I'll just put it that way. Because, you know what I mean? Praise God. Oh, hell yeah, man. Just like I did a watch along with I don't know if you know John Steele, but me and John Steele did a watch along the Burial Ground here a couple months back. That's another kick ass one, man. Burial Ground's badass. Mama. Peter Bulk. You talking about some unnatural feelings for your mama, and I get it. his mama was a damn good looking milf. She had nice set tits on her. She was good looking. But she's your mama, dude. Mama. I mean, he's hurt, man. You know, she's making out with the dude. He comes walking steps up there. He's a creepiest little dude, man. But he does a great job. Beer Bolt does. You, you gotta love fucking Bear. The first time I ever seen that, I was blown away. I could not fucking believe it. I was like, damn, does that little dude want his mom? He is so proud of his success off that, and he was starting him off with it. He's got an interview on the Severin version of Burial Ground I have. You probably have it too. But yeah, and he talks about he just loves the fans to talk about that with him and shit. It's cool. But yeah, man, Scream. If you're gonna do another Scream, man, get it over with. Bring Stu out there because Stu was the best thing about the franchise to begin with. You know, in my opinion, Matthew Lillard fucking, he's the X factor of that original film. You know, it's just all about that almighty dollar, man. It's gonna make an almighty dollar, and I think the same way with YouTube. People just keep talking about it, talking about it, talking about it. Like Halloween Ends, and Halloween Ends was absolute garbage. It's only one of the new three of the new trilogy that I gave a shit that I liked at all was Kills, and that's because Michael went through and was fucking the fuckers up. And then they had to run it by having this fucking, this you know, fucking posse, out to kill him, They even had to fuck that up. Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3 for what it is, and Halloween 4, if, if they would have got him a better mask, man. That's the problem with Halloween 4, man, is that fucking Joy Joy mask, man. He looks happy. He looks like he's happy to see you. You know what I mean? That mask absolutely sucks dick, man, in Halloween 4. It could have been a damn good show. Barrel Rock is pure entertainment, man. And Living Dead in Manchester Morgue, man. Ray Lovelock, hell yeah. That's a damn good one. And nobody talks about either one of those two movies. Torso from Sergio Martino. You talk about your Italian horror, and Giallo. Torso is one of the best ones there is, and it's never talked about. The Black Cat. That's what the Black Cat and the New York Ripper are two of Fulci's best, I think. They're never talked about. David Chris, yeah, he just and at the same time, claiming to be this ultimate Halloween purist. You know what I mean? To me, I would have been much happier. I would have been just completely beside myself if the original 1978 Halloween would have been a standalone. If it would have ended with Loomis going and looking over the side, and Michael being gone, and it ending right there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all these years later, all these almost 45 years later, man? If it would have ended like that, what kind of mystique that movie would have now? Oh hell yeah, he is, man. Hell yeah, I completely agree. Sergio Martino's badass. Um, Fulci's my favorite simply because to me he's the only pure horror. He was the pure horror Italian director. You know, where Argento and them go a little bit more the Giallo way, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love Argento and like OC, Sergio Martino and on and on, Baba and all them. But to me, Fulci was the only true horror Italian director. He didn't do Giallo much. I mean, couple of songs where they made it look yellow, like the killer. You know what I mean? In parts in New York Ripper, he looks, the he looks like it. But shit, even in X-Ray, dude was talking about the other night. Um, Sean was talking about it in X-Ray. The killer looks like a killer from Diablo. Shit, man, so many of them, so many of them that never get talked about. That are really good. May kicks ass, man. It's never talked about. Otis is another one. The children, and I don't mean the children from back from trauma. I mean the children from. Let me see here. Oh, here me grab it. Here me grab it. Here me grab it. This one right here. Oh, this one. That's a damn good film, man. That's really good. Check this out if you never seen this. Then it's the children. It was made 2009, and it's a British made, I do believe. And you talk about one of the best, if not the best, creepy, scary kid movie ever made. Who Can Kill a Child? That's never talked about, and that is a brutal, killer fucking horror. I love this. It takes no prisoners, man. It makes no excuses. It's right in your face with it too. So and that was just a quick, I mean, shit. As far as that goes, man. Stepford Wise, great creepy, little thriller / horror film, man. It's got a really unsettling feel to it, you know. But people don't talk about it much. Little Girl Lives Down the Lane. Some of the best ones are ones nobody ever talks about. Well, there's so many Giallos that are never mentioned or talked about. So many of them. Yeah, I figured you'd seen the children. Yeah, they wasn't let me see. Trying to think. Well, Who Can Kill a Child? Wasn't it Beware? No, it wasn't Beware of the Children. It was I can't remember what it was called, but it's like 4 or 5 years back. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. I first seen that Who Can Kill a Child? God, maybe oh shit, about 20 years ago, maybe. So like I said on VHS, maybe. And when they was using that dude as that human fucking pinata, man, I was like, no, this is a horror movie. And they're right there trying to hurt, and she's messing, and the little girl's touching the baby, with the pregnant woman. That's real. That's real scary shit there. Slasher. I want to know. Come from, I'm curious about something. It's a slasher. Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever seen it? The Ranger. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty unique. It's got the same tropes with the slasher type shit. But he's what makes it, man. And he's unique. The Ranger. I'm always meaning to ask people if they've seen that, but I always forget to ask. Um, Mountaintop Motel Massacre. That's another one, man. I think Mountaintop Motel Massacre is kick fucking ass. I did a watch along with Eric from Mountaintop 9 on that because he's like, he adores that. That's like his favorite movie of all time. And we did a watch along about it, and on it, and we watched it. And just you don't believe somebody the amount of people who still do not know, and that's such a good show, man. Come out and play. Yep, come out and play. Yeah, or Mountaintop Motel, as it It was originally known in 1983, and then it came out in '86 as Mountain Top. Yeah, come out and play. Yeah, I think I've seen that once. So like it was a lot like it, wasn't it? It was a lot like the original. Because the original was like an American, it's like a Spanish and American or Colombian and American, like co-op or some shit. Oh, did you? Cool. The Ranger's fun, man. Ranger's fun. Um, yeah, tons, man. Speaking of uh, Vincent D'Onofrio, a lot of people haven't seen his version of Don't Go in the Woods, which is, it's definitely not a remake, and it's unique. It's different. That's a good show too. I think a lot of people don't, but I like it. Yeah, the Ranger. Yeah, you're one of the only other people I've ever talked to that's ever even heard of the Ranger. Yeah, yeah. Who can kill a child? It's real good. It's a really good one. Like Devil Times Five, or I think it's also known as Horrible House on the Hill, maybe. That's a really good one too. Remember, that's the one where they're like orphans and everything, and the one girl's dressed like a nun, and then you got the other one who wants to be like an army guy, and that's the one that's got what's his name in it, the one that became like a rock star, and it's got Sorrel Brook that played Boss Hogg, and yeah, but anyway, that's a really good one too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I can just go on all night long with the ones that what I mean. Most of the best ones that I've seen that I really love a lot, and actually, in my opinion, to be honest with you, are ones that most people or a lot of people have never heard of or don't know about. You know, um, I don't know if you know, yeah, Beef Garrett exactly. Um, Friend of mine and John Steele's on here, and everybody's on here. You might even know him. Trenchy, Soulless Trenchcoat, had never seen Exorcist 3. And about 4 or 5 months ago, I did a watch of Exorcist 3, and it's the first time he ever seen it. So I actually good and quiet, just those like it so he could watch it, and he ended up loving it. Just like he had never seen Humongous, and Humongous, man, I will go to the grave for Humongous. I love Humongous. To me, it's one of the best early '80s Canadian slash. It's kind of slash. It's a slash monster movie, but I love Humongous, and a lot of people shit on it. It's one of my all time favorites. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I had that code red. Yep. Yep. But yeah, man. Humongous. Fucking love Humongous. Humongous is killer. This one too. A lot of people never heard of this one. The Unseen. That's a unique one too, man. It's got I can't remember the dude's name, but it's got the dude from Carrie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Remember this one's got Barbara Bach and Stephen First does a spot on great performance in this movie. Yeah, and it's got a little dude from I think he played Scarecrow, Mrs. King. It seems like that's it. Maybe he played in one of those shows. He's a male lead in it. Yes, yes. Oh man, hell yeah. And the actually the Scorpion DVD wasn't much. wasn't much better. It was a little better. But yeah, the VHS you couldn't see shit. But yeah, Humongous. Cause Humongous is that. If there's one complaint about Humongous, it is a very dark. It is very very dark. Some about Scorpion, they end up fucking so so dark. Just Before Dawn's another one. Just Before Dawn's one of the best fucking one of the best early '80s slasher movies ever made, and it took years for people to really start paying attention to it. Oh yeah, the hell I could go on and on. You know, I could still be doing it this time tomorrow. You know, pieces, pieces, man, absolutely brilliant. John Steele had never seen Pieces up to a couple months ago until we did a watch of it. Or I think maybe seen it. He said he might have seen it once, like maybe when he was a kid or something. But he did not remember it at all. I ended up loving it. And to this day, I think that's the favorite watch along with his that me and him have done. We covered a lot of the early Cronenberg stuff too, all the way up to Scanners. We did Scanners, but I wasn't feeling very good and I was passing out during it. And that's my favorite Cronenberg movie, that and Shivers. So now I've got to do the watch along the Scanners again, man. Got to do it. Did we lose? Did we lose? What happened to Sean, man? Shit. There you are. Sorry, man. I just got carried away, man. You can just see the passion pouring right out of me. This was over. You started it, man. I paused it for you, man, and you went ahead and watched it without. You went ahead and finished it and watched it without me. You fucker. Well, shame on me for getting excited and talking about horror film. You're gonna be all mean to me. It's kind of it. Really? Ooh. Mm. Yeah. Now, I've never seen any of the Scanner Cops. Um, I seen Scanners 2, I think, and compared to the Cronenberg one, with Michael Ironside and all that, I was just like, so I just didn't continue watching them. So I've still never seen any of the Scanner Cops. Now Phil, um, good friend of mine, Phil, um, he's got the Scanner Cops and he likes them. But he told me I should check them out, but I just not. I thought actually talking about doing a horror memorabilia show once a month, kind of like a show and tell, for an hour or so. Pull out something we want to talk about and bullshit about. Phil's got a lot of good shit too, man. Phil might have more shit than me. Maybe. Wouldn't be surprised. No, hell no, man. Hell, man. Michael Ironside. No, not him. Like Rebick. Daryl Rebick. Oh man, Michael Ironside is just badass. Absolutely. Man. That was now I love Cronenberg, man. A lot of people don't like Shivers or Rabbit that much, but I do. That's two of my favorites. I like those two better than the Brute. I don't like the Brute as much as some people. I like the Brute, but not as much as some people. And of course, the Fly remake, is badass. Can't deny that. Um, you got some other, some others in there. I'm not a big Videodrome fan. I'm just not. It's just something about it, man. I don't know. Something about this infected. looking vagina in the middle of James Woods' stomach. Just, of course, I don't like James Woods that much. I'm not huge on James Woods. I don't know what it is about him. I just don't like his face. He just, I don't know. To each our own, I guess. Yeah. Oh, prom night two. Hello, Marilyn. So that story, I bet, man. I bet, man. I thought it was fucked up how I mean, I'm sure you've seen on the Criterion scanners where they talked about where he was talking about how he didn't know how much everybody else was getting paid, and it blew him away. You know what I mean? He was sitting there, you know, and he was like, oh, "How much you making for this?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm making," you know. And he was like, "A week," you know. It's like he didn't know, and he, you know, and he owned that movie. You know what I mean? He stole that movie. That was his. So that was, you know, Scanners is Michael Ironside's. But without Michael Ironside, that movie's not, you know, not the iconic classic that it is. So it's kind of fucked up, you know, kind of shortchanged it because you know they had to know that's doing it. Yeah, I've told a lot of, yeah, Shivers and Rabbit and Scanners. Yeah, I've told stories about those forever, man. Like the story on Shivers. One of these days, I'll tell the Barbara Steele story about Shivers. It's a hilarious story. I've told it before, but I don't think you guys were around at the time yet. And hell, you guys may know this, but these days when we're talking about it, I'll tell a story. It's hilarious, and it's got to do with Cronenberg and Barbara Steele and goddamn, I can't remember her name. But what's her name that plays the wife to Nicholas? You know, the short haired girl that kind of looks sort of like Michelle Pfeiffer, sort of. Yeah, when he's cheating on. Yeah, it's got to do with the interaction between those three actors, and it's hilarious. So you finished watching it, huh? Did you like it, Sean? Did you watch it without me, dickhead? Well, hey man, me and Dan just got to nerding up the horror film. Oh, should have told me and been like, hey man, I'm ready. Just yell at me, just scream, say, dude, motherfucker, pay attention. Yeah, yeah. To me, that's the one big fault with Halloween 4 is that shitty mask. I mean, he looks like a kind next door neighbor, you know. That's the happiest mask I've ever seen. And then the next one they made him look like Nicolas Cage. So they finally start getting the mask back together where it looks halfway decent. What? When Zombie made the remake? Finally, after all those years, like damn, dude, how hard is it to make a mask? It looks like Shatner. Did you like it, Sean? Was it what you expected it to be and all that? I mean, did it disappoint you or anything at the end? Did you like the way the ending happened and all that? I'm not sure yet. You know, so you know if you actually did finish it, so I don't really want to talk about it yet. But yeah, I thought Sinister carried pretty well, and it's got decent rewatchability. I don't like the second one very much. I don't think it follows very well at all. I just think it's just kind of, it's just a sequel, you know. It's just kind of, or it's just, it's okay. But I've never rewatched it, so I don't know. Who's Pittman? Yeah, yeah. Dan, you guys have had that channel for a minute, haven't you? I I know the first time I ever seen you guys is maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, around the time I started my channel. And at that time, I think it was just you and producer was on. I remember the first things well, not the first things, but one of the last things I ever heard him say was talking about when he said "Last House on the Left" was the greatest film ever made. I was like, oh hell yeah, because most people don't have the balls to say something like that, you know. Last House on the Left leaves a bad taste in people's mouth, you know. And I loved that, you know, that he, you know, he just like I said, yeah, yeah, true, true, yeah. I mean, I mean, the story wasn't bad, but I just felt they got away from it. And there was too much of the kids in it, maybe, like maybe showed you too much, you know, like there's just too much happening. It's just too much going on. You can only show a good thing so much, you know what I mean? Like for instance, for example, the original Jaws. That movie works so well. It's as great and iconic as it is because we don't see Jaws very much. Bruce, you know, you know, they call it Bruce, but yeah, because you just don't see him very well. You know, they couldn't get to work right, so it worked in their favor. Who killed a child's badass? Have Sean? Have you seen Who Could Kill a Child? 76, 75, 76, I do believe when it was made. You should definitely know what you're getting into with that one when you see. I mean, it's nothing, you know, horrible or nothing, but I mean, they don't pull punches, man. It's a good one. So I like horror movies that are horror movies. You know what I mean? Some of the other ones, you know, some of them are, you know, pretty good. You know, light on the horror can be cool. Light on the horror. It don't have to be all gory like Halloween 1978. I adore it. It's not gory at all. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fucking adore that movie. And it don't got much gore at all. I have gotten some. I have, for some reason, I've got myself tied up and wrapped up into getting every one of these badass 4K boutique releases of Chainsaw that's been coming out. They've got me completely hooked. I got the Turbine Shop when it came out, and then well, no, first it was the Midnight Factory. I got that one, and of course I got the 4K that came out from. Well, here I'll just show you, buddy. Oh God. Yeah. Got the Midnight Factory, right? Okay. The German, yeah. And then I got the Turbine release came out um 6 months ago. And then Turbine Shop came out with a media book, which I love, fucking love media books. Um, and then Second Sight, you know, came out with their limited edition. Of course, I pre-ordered that, and it looks fantastic. Um, and then now I see on Amazon where there's one that's got it's another 4K, and it's some kind of a media book. No, I think I might still, I don't remember. But the cover of it's got it's just a real good close up on Marilyn Burns's eye, and I got to get that one now too. Did you? Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Sorry, man. That is very cool. That is very cool. But yeah, now in the last 6 months, I have purchased five 4K versions of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they're all like limited, man. Like this one was limited. They all got like four different covers. Like this one was what? It was limited to like 200 or 250 per cover, and that's the cover I chose for that one. And Midnight Factory, I got it because it's just badass. Just because Midnight Factory is just kicking. And then this one, I think it had the four covers too, and it was limited to what, either 250 or 500 each. So I had to get it too. And then the second sight come out. The second sight looks like it's going to be the best one. Yeah. So of course I had to get that. And I had just gotten Martin from second sight. So second sight ended up with a shitload of my money also. I haven't been able to stop spending money on shit since, look, I can't remember, man. But for sure it's been a constant thing since summer, man. Constant thing. Underrated, yes. Yeah, well, that's because that Blu-ray is expensive as a motherfucker. I got lucky getting it with the slip. The shit, this fucker easily goes over $100. Like, like I was just like I was telling Dan when you went and took the piss or whatever. Something about these scorpions, man, and I don't think they're all so limited that that they should be so expensive. Like this one's really expensive. Um, the let's see, House on Sorority Row is ridiculously expensive. The opera is ridiculous. It's like fuck, man. It's, Cindy Lassick, yes, yes. The teacher, the asshole teacher, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yep. In the unseen, with Barbara Bach when she was trying to make her, when she was trying to be, next big thing in movies. It's it's also got I think he played Scarecrow and Scarecrow Mrs. King. He plays the male lead in it. And Stephen First, which passed away a few years back. I didn't know he had passed away. He plays Junior. He plays the son, and damn, does he do a kick ass job in that movie, man. Ooh, kick ass job. Set designers and stuff in the unseen do or makeup are really. You guys heard what I was talking about with I mean I don't know where you guys stand with Alien franchise, but the new Alien movie that's going to be coming out that I'm going to be discussing on and Horror for All with with Night. I guess it's Alien Romulus, and I guess it's not going to be connected to Prometheus and Covenant or the or the Ripley storyline. I guess it's going to be a standalone. It's going to be a Hulu exclusive, and they're going to go the way about it like they did with Predator with Prey. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Hi. Hi. What I'm curious about this. Who? I don't know. I don't know who's doing. I don't understand. Don't know who's doing. I seen you on high. Who are you saying sorry to? I'm confused, man. I am so fucking confused, Sean. It starts right here, man. I started getting confused right here. Where it said hi, and then you had you're waving a hand. You said laugh out loud. Okay. Then it went to laugh out loud. I don't know what you're doing, dude. And I don't know who's doing. And then down here it says sorry, man. I'm completely lost, brother. Don't know what I'm doing. All right. Okay. Anyway, on that note, well, no, no, man. If you're talking to me, no, no, no. Wait, hold on a minute, Sean. First of all, what are you talking about up here, brother? What are you talking about up here? You say I don't know what you're doing, dude. Sorry, man. Hold on. First, before we get into crimes of the future, what the hell is you talking about here, brother? Don't know about who's doing. Let's nail that and get that out of the way first, because I'm confused with it like I'm not. I don't know. No, I haven't seen Crimes of the Future yet. I didn't know it was actually. Um, I am wanting to see the one from your son though. Pretty bad. That one seems pretty cool. Yeah. And for long, Maxine will be out. But no, man, if you're talking to me, I'm just talking horror and discussing different franchises and different new shit that's coming out and stuff that I'm going to be covering on uh, a new episode of And Horror for All. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, see, I haven't seen anything from Cronenberg like body horror or you know what I mean, body horror related in a long ass time. So I'm actually I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad he went back to that genre. I'm glad he stepped back in where he came from. But I thank everybody for coming through this evening and all that kind of stuff. Yes. Um, Viggo Mortensen. Yeah. Well, of course, he's great in, the Lord of the Rings and all that. and he did the history of violence, and he did that one chainsaw film. One of my favorite things I've ever seen Vigo in was The Road. The Road is badass. I love that show. It's kind of a downer. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of not something I want to watch daily or anything. It's kind of depressing anyway, but it's a damn good movie. It's one of the better apocalyptic like end of the world type films I think it's ever been done. I think it's done right, you know. But you guys, I think I'm gonna hop on off of here and get some rest, take it easy, all that shit. It was awesome talking horror with you guys. Thanks for coming through, Dan. Everybody else. Thanks for coming through, Sean. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I hope you enjoyed the film. You said you finished it. Did you like it? Hopefully so. Maybe we can put our head together here sometime in the future and do all that shit. Put our heads together, maybe do that Night of the Demons or whatever. Well, no, I'm gonna message you here in a minute, man. I want to ask you what the hell you're talking about because I'm still confused, man. But 7 out of 10, cool. Yeah, thanks for coming through, Dan, man. I appreciate it. Don't be a stranger, my brother. Yeah, you guys take it easy. Had a kick-ass time. Love talking the horror. Love discussing all the different shit. You guys have a good morning, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget, I am GoreAphobe, and you motherfuckers are not. Aren't you glad? Take it easy.